Welcome everyone to a little extra practice. I'm Dr. Thomas Little, and today we're going to focus on rounding. When I am doing rounding problems, I am saying this in my head. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The underlying number will rise no more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The underlying number will climb. Taking a look at 651. 5 is underlined. Okay, I've already circled the number to the right. This is kind of the key number. Okay, the circled number to the right determines whether that 5 stays a 5 or becomes a 6. Well, in this case, 1 is a weak number, rise no more, meaning stay the same. Okay, so this 5 stays the same. The 1, or the circled number, 1 in this case, always becomes a 0. And we have a 6. If you want to think of this as putting a 0 over the number, that's one good way to remind you to turn that into a 0 at the end. Okay, the next number, 7,982. Okay, well, 7 in the thousands place is underlined, so we're rounding to the nearest thousand. Okay, I'm going to circle the number to the right. It's a 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The underlying number will climb. Okay, so 9 is a very strong number. It's going to push that 7 up to an 8. Okay, comma. We've already turned this into a 0, so the 9 becomes a 0, and then every digit after that becomes a 0. So 7,982 rounds to 8,000. Okay, our third example. 57,380. Okay, we're rounding to the nearest thousand, so it's going to either be 57,000 or 58,000, depending on the circled number. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The underlying number will rise no more. Okay, 3 is not a strong number. It's not strong enough to push that 7 up to an 8, so it's going to stay a 7. Okay, so it'll stay 57. And then everything else becomes zeros. So it is closer to 57,000 than 58,000. 41,789. Well, we're rounding it to the 8, which is in the tens place. So I'm going to circle the number to the right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The underlying number will climb, so that 8 is going to climb up to a 9. The 9 becomes a 0. It already has a 0. If you want to look at it, it has a 0 over it, and everything else stays the same, so it becomes 41,790. Okay, 571,402 rounded to the nearest 10,000s. Circle the number to the right. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Underline number, rise no more. So 57. Everything after the 7, including the 1, becomes a 0. 570,000. Okay, 1,972 and 1/100th. I included this one to show you that it doesn't matter how large the number is or how small the number is, whether it has a decimal or not. Every number, no matter how big or small, rounds the same. Okay? In this case, we're rounding to the nearest ones. I'm going to circle the number to the right, okay, which is in the tenths. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The underlying number, rise no more. Well, it's not strong enough to push that up to a 3. So my answer is 1,972. The next one, 20 and 1900th. Circle the number to the right, which is the 9. 9 is a strong number. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The underlying number will climb. The 1 is going to climb up to a 2. 9 is going to become a 0. And then the 20 here stays the same. And I'm going to rewrite this, instead of having it 20 and 20 hundredths, I'm going to rewrite it as 20 decimal 2 or 20 and 2 tenths. To illustrate what I said in the last slide, it doesn't matter how large the number is or how small the number is, the rounding is the same. So I have some extreme numbers here. The first one, 43 and 1,978 ten thousandths, and we're rounding it to the nearest thousandth. Okay, so I'll circle the number to the right, which is an 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the number will climb, the underlying number will climb. This becomes an 8, okay? And we have 43 and 1.98, 43 and 198 thousandths. Changing colors. Okay, ones, thousandths, millionths, billions. Okay, 55 billion, 17 million, 831,250. Okay, we're rounding it to the nearest 100 million, so I'll circle the number to the right, which is a 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, underlying number will rise no more. That stays a 0. Everything after becomes a 0. It's a lot of zeros. And I have a 55 that remains unchanged, and our answer is 55 billion. Last one. We have 9,182. Well, we're going to round it to the nearest thousand, so it's going to either be 9,000 or 10,000. I'll circle the number to the right. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The underlying number will rise no more, and it's obviously, because it's our 1's not a strong number, it's going to stay at 9,000. Okay, now it's your turn. I'm going to show you the practice problems, and I want you to do your best and remember the saying that we're using. With these examples, I wanted to show you that depending on the place value in which we're rounding to, you're going to get different answers. Okay, so let's go ahead and check these 6. 8,459 rounded to the nearest 100. Well, 5 is a strong number. It's going to push that up, that 4 up to a 5, and we'll have 8,500. The next one, we're rounding to the nearest 10. Circle the number to the right. 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Underlying number will climb, and we'll have 8,460. Okay, same number, but rounded to different place values, we get different answers. This next one, hopefully at this point you'll look at this and say, oh yeah, that's just going to stay at 10,000, and it does. Okay, 10,000. And this one, when we round it to the nearest 1,000, it's actually going to be a larger number. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the underlying number will climb. So that climbs to 11,000. Okay. 98,475 rounded to the nearest 100. Well, 7's a strong number. And it's going to push that 4 up to a 5. So we have 98,500. Okay. And 98,475 rounded to the nearest 1,000. Well, that 4 is not quite strong enough, so it's going to stay at 98. And then those become, of course, zeros. Now, how'd you do? We're going to have plenty more practice on a little extra practice on rounding, so stay tuned for the next video.